Okay, now we are going to start to put the fears and the fear crushers into action. I'm going to read you an example from a workout program I started years ago. And like I said, I refer back to this fear crusher every time I'm starting a new workout program because it's so important when we start something that we actually believe it's going to work and that we're going to be able to stick to it, because otherwise then we start to sometimes self-sabotage, or we don't go all in, so we're not giving it our full effort, or we just don't feel motivated to start in the beginning because it feels so overwhelming. So if we have that belief in place that we can actually follow through and that it's going to give us the results we want, it is so much more motivating and helps build momentum from the start. So this particular program, it was called ChaLEAN Extreme. It's one of Beachbody's program, and it's a heavy lifting program. So slow, heavy weightlifting is all part of this program. And the first time I did this program, I got great results. So I wanted to do it about a year later, but I was a little nervous about starting it. I don't know why. I just felt like, what if it doesn't work as well? What if, well, I'll read you all the fears I had about it. But you'll basically see how using the mitigation made it much easier for me to believe it was gonna work and that I was gonna actually be able to stick with it. So my current fears related to starting ChaLEAN Extreme for the second time were I will get sidetracked by social temptations. So restaurants, wine at friends' houses, things like that. So nutrition related things. 2, having done this program before, I will get bored easily. 3, work will become so busy that I will have trouble fitting my workouts in. 4, the program will not be as effective as the first time around. 5, I will plateau in the amount of weight I'm able to lift. So like I said, this was a lifting program, so I felt like in order to get results, I would have to keep upping my weights. And 6, I won't be giving it my all. So then my fear crushers were, 1, I have learned new strategies to help me avoid these temptations. That's the nutrition temptations I was talking about. I will remind myself to treat my body with love and respect. I will allow myself occasional splurges so I don't feel deprived. Number 2 of the fear crushers, I will focus on appreciating what my body can do for me. Plus, I love ChaLEAN, who's the instructor of that program, and I love our Facebook groups, so that will keep me excited. So again, that's an example of resources and people I have for help are people and the resources in this group, because that keeps me motivated too. Number 3, I've worked out through plenty of busy times in the past. I'm good at managing my schedule, and I also appreciate my workouts more when they are a break from my work. So that was related to my fear of work being busy. And also, if you notice there, that was an example of times in the past that my fear wasn't true. So my fear was, oh, when work gets busy, my workouts always get sidetracked, but that's an always never statement. And usually those aren't true. So think of times when those things you always do or never do aren't true, and then use that example as one of your fear crushers to mitigate that fear. Number 4, the program is always effective if I put effort into my workouts and stick to the eating plan, and I am honest with myself when evaluating both of these things. ChaLEAN knows how to get me in my best shape, and I'm excited and ready to bring it 100%. So again, that's just going back to trusting the program. So even when I was doubting, is this gonna work as well? These are scientifically designed programs by experts who know what they're doing. There's thousands of other people for any of these programs who have gotten great results. Those are testimonies that I can use as fear crushers when I'm worried about, is this gonna work for me? If I'm giving 100% and I'm being honest, it will work. Number 5, I will increase my weight safely as my body is ready. If I start to plateau on the amount of weight I can lift, I will put extra focus into my form and really squeezing my muscles. So that was related to me being fearful that I was gonna plateau in the amount of weight I was lifting, because again, in my brain, that equated to the results I was gonna get. Number 6, with our awesome Facebook group to keep me accountable and excited, I am capable of anything. So again, that's looking at resources, looking at motivations, and things that are gonna help me along the way. Now, I wrote this fear crusher list literally years ago, and I could continue to add to this with the systems I now have in place. And a lot of these systems I'm teaching you guys because they've been so helpful for me and for other clients, that those are all things that I know that even if I get off track, I know I'll get back on track, and I know I'll get back on track quickly because now I have the systems and tools and resources, which, like I said, resources are a great fear crusher and mitigation because they're actual action steps you can take or systems you have in place to keep you on track. So if you're fearing you're gonna get off track, these are things that'll help mitigate that fear. So I have plenty of other fear crushers by this point in time that I can add to that list. But the point is, even just getting a few down on paper and breaking down that fear into why I'm actually fearful that this program isn't going to work, and then mitigating some of those things with the fear crushers, that makes it seem like, oh, okay, this is no big deal. It's just a new workout program. I can handle it. And then I have the motivation and momentum to actually get started, and I can refer back to this fear crusher anytime in the program that I start to worry that, oh, what if I get off track or this isn't gonna work? I can refer back to this and then get right back into the headspace I need to continue on with this program and get to the results I want. So I hope this example helps to make it all make more sense. I encourage you to sit down right now, today, set a timer for 10 minutes, use half of the first 5 minutes to brainstorm what about your fears are actually bothering you and you're actually fearful of, break it down, and then spend another 5 minutes going line by line and mitigating each of those fears, or making a list of resources, help, support, like this group that you have at your fingertips to keep you accountable, that make those fears not as realistic or just take a little bit of their power away. So I hope that makes sense, and happy fear crushing. I'll talk to you guys soon.